Okay, so random thing I've decided to do at 10 o'clock at night because it popped into my head. I think I want to try and make some pretzels. And so I have my ingredients here according to the recipe I looked up. I have flour, and I have brown sugar, and I have salt, and I have some fast rapid rising yeast or whatever it's called. I have baking soda. I have butter. That's all I have left of butter right now, but that's all it really calls for. And I have sea salt. And of course water, but that's in the sink. And I'm not going to pan over to the sink because it has dirty dishes in it. So let's get started. Alright, so I have all my ingredients measured out here. I got 3 3/4 cup of flour back here. I have half a cup of baking soda, I believe is what it called for. I always get baking soda and baking powder mixed up, but I know I have the right one right there. Some butter. That's all the butter I have left, so I think I'll just use all of it. It calls for, I think, a tablespoon, and I think that's a little more than a tablespoon, but can you really have too much butter? Then I have a tablespoon of brown sugar and a little bit of salt, and then, of course, I have the sea salt over here for the topping, and no need to measure the yeast because it's in a package. And then I have my bowl here that I'm going to put everything in. Alright, so let's put everything in this bowl. And the first thing it tells me to do is put the yeast in 1 1/2 cups of warm water and to let that sit for about a minute. And then, if you just heard that beep, that was the microwave. I had to melt the butter. So the butter is going to go in here along with the salt and the brown sugar. And then it says to gradually start adding the flour. And here is everything mixed together. So now what I need to do is take out this dough, put it on a floury surface, and knead it, which means fold it into itself and kind of pound it for about 3 minutes. And here is the kneaded dough. And the next thing I need to do is ball it up, put it in a bowl, and let it sit with a warm rag over it for about 10 minutes. And while that is doing that for 10 minutes, it looks like I need to get some boiling water with baking soda set up. And it also says to go ahead and preheat the oven for 400 degrees Fahrenheit. I have no idea what that would be in Celsius. Well, I'm stupid. The recipe literally tells me what the degrees are in Celsius. 204 degrees Celsius or 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm a stupid American, so I apologize, but I use Fahrenheit. And here's the dough that's been sitting for 10 minutes, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it up into small little portions so I can roll them out and make the actual pretzels. Alright, and here are our dough balls that will become pretzels after I roll them out and tie them into pretzel ties. And then once I do that, I have some water over here that is going to be boiling soon with some baking soda in it, or is it baking powder? One of those two things. It's the correct thing though. And I will dip the pretzels in there for about 20 to 30 seconds, and then I will take them out, and then I will put them on this tray, which will then go into the oven to finish baking. Let's go. Okay, so this is the first ever pretzel I've ever rolled and tried to form. It's not very pretty. It kind of looks like an elephant. Hopefully my other attempts will gradually get better and become looking more pretzel-like. So I'm having to work kind of fast here, but I do want to show you at least what I'm doing here. So that's the boiling water. Those are the ones that have already been boiled and have been set on the baking sheet. And let's see if I can make one of these one-handed. And yeah, that's a decent one-handed pretzel. And then I take this pretzel and I plop it in the boiling water for 30 seconds. And then after it's been in there for 30 seconds, I fish it out. Come on, get out. Get out! You're done! And then I set it over here on the tray. Just like that. And here are all the pretzels that have been put in the boiling water for the correct amount of time. Now all I need to do is put some of that sea salt on it and then stick it in the oven for, I don't know how long. I'll have to look at the recipe again, and I can't look at it while I'm recording, but it will be the correct amount of time. I'm going to guess 12 to 15 minutes, but I will double check. So salt first. The salt has been added, and I was correct. It was 12 to 15 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in for 13 minutes, and then I'll check and see how they are. Alrighty, 13 minutes. Okay, and now they should be ready to take out of the oven. Ooh. Ooh. Alright, I have to say, those look like pretty good pretzels. I don't know what the heck that one is, but that looks like a pretzel. That looks like a pretzel. That looks like, they look like pretzels, except for maybe two. I want to try one, but I also want to make sure they're not too hot. Okay, make sure I turn off the oven. Alright, let's find a small one that will cool off. Should cool off easier. Ow. Maybe not. Ow. Alright, I might have to give this a moment and let these cool off. Maybe not. I'm impatient. Okay. Ow! Okay, no. Okay, patience it is. I'll be right back. Okay, now I have one that has cooled off enough for me to handle. So, I will take a bite. Okay, at first I thought that was kind of doughy. But no, it's cooked it's baked all the way through. It's just super soft. Okay. For the first time ever making pretzels ever in my life, that is a good pretzel. It's falling apart. I wish I could have gotten the sea salt a little more even. That is a good pretzel. I'm glad I made these. I like making random things in the middle of the night because I have the ingredients for it. Okay, this was 100% a success. I mean, I'm hungry. It's probably not a good idea, but I could eat probably most of these right now. But I won't. But yeah, I just Googled how to make pretzels, and the first recipe that came up was the one that I picked. So if you want to make some really good pretzels, just Google it and click on the first result, and as long as you somewhat know what you're doing, you can make a pretty good pretzel. Well, that's all for this video. Thank you. Bye-bye.